Hey guys, you here, right here, you there. Welcome to another GTA 5 video. Yo, what's good, man? It's been a couple of days. I must admit, you motherfuckers out there been chilling. So I'm gonna give you guys some relaxation time because every day I've been posting videos of me just boring you out, man. But hey, this right here is gonna be my final set of creations for GTA 5 when it comes to creating a track. Over the past 75 tracks I've created, I've been absolutely bullshit when it comes to just complete nonsense. When I look back at it now, I'm like, yo, what the hell have I just created? I must admit, some of the tracks that I've created for, non-contact and then just simply fun and it's just for banter and whatnot, messing about with tractors and getting stuck between little ledges and penises. But this one in particular, right, this one I've sort of gone to a new approach in the content creator section. Literally, right, I've decided to create 8 brand new tracks, but these tracks are going to be for standard races where quite simply it involves overtakes, clean battles, just simply fast, flowy paced tracks, which is fun, but at the same time very competitive and can certainly involve 30 races at most. I'm quite sure if that was ever going to happen. I'm sure it's not going to happen, but there's a possibility because, as we know, 30-man lobbies are confirmed. But anyway, before we go off tangent here, I want to stick to the subject. Now, over the course of the next few days, I'm going to create each of the tracks within the playlist from order. So this is the first track called Anaconda Grand Prix, what you're watching now. As I said, these tracks will be available on Xbox 360 as well as the PlayStation 3. I'm currently in the process of duplicating. This is one of the reasons why I didn't post over the past couple of days, because I've been extremely busy working thoroughly on these tracks and making sure they're right with precise checkpoint placements to make sure you guys get all the lines available for your overtaking, as well as making sure I get rid of any sort of uncomfortable points on a particular corner on the road, making sure the props are placed appropriately with OCD standards for both consoles, and making sure that when duplicating a track I get everything right, because duplicating is one of the worst things to do when recreating a track that you've already made, because you want to get everything perfectly right again. But that is what I'm trying to do for the Xbox community at the moment as we speak. I currently made 4 tracks in total on the PlayStation 3 for this playlist. I've still got 4 more to create. And also, currently there's 3 tracks available within this playlist in order on the Xbox 360. I recently made the 4th track at 6 AM in the morning today. Slept at 9 AM. Woke up at 2 PM. Doing this commentary now. And I'll be recreating that 4th track on the Xbox 360 from the PlayStation 3 tonight. I'm currently live streaming as we speak, so stay tuned for that if you're interested in that. But this is just for you guys that are interested in GTA racing, because we're kind of now preparing for next gen. As you guys would know already, we kind of stopped hot lapping as a crew. Generally speaking, we don't do non-contact races anymore. As you know, in the past we've done competitive racing and non-contact. It just didn't make sense. Now we're going to be sticking to standard racing with actual, as I said, involvement of proper clean overtakes, proper battles, and actual proper racing. So with that being said, Anaconda Grand Prix. Why is it called Anaconda Grand Prix? What's this entire playlist based on? So I was inspired recently, alright? I was inspired by the zoo. Literally by the zoo. I don't know why, alright? Hey, okay, let me actually, I actually know why. I don't know why I said that, but I actually know why. The reason why this was inspired by the zoo. First of all, in the zoo, you go in there, it's quiet at first, but then it gets loud, it gets noisy, it gets flowy. So these tracks, right? Each of these tracks and the animals that I've named them after. So basically, all 8 of these tracks will be named after an animal within the zoo, and all 8 of these tracks will be consistent in the same area in Los Santos, in the inner streets in the inner city. And all of these roads and these tracks are going to be sort of fast, flowy, so you can take them at high speeds, but at the same time, you got to be ballsy at certain points to really take the risk and go for overtakes and whatnot. But you can have clean battles, and that's the main priority here, and making sure people have the appropriate lines to use. But anyway, point is, for the example here, this is Anaconda GP, simply because the way this is designed is a lot of turns going left, right, and a hairpin, and a lot of twists and turns with a massive couple straights. So you're getting this nice flow and balance, and the Anaconda is sort of shaped like that if you actually looked at the initial map when you actually try this track out on the Xbox 360 as well as the PlayStation 3. As I said, what you're seeing the footage right now is on the Xbox 360, and I actually kind of prefer the Xbox 360 controller. It's very responsive with analog sticks. Anyway, the point is, before you go off again, the whole intent for this playlist is to make it competitive as possible, but make sure it's fun. At the same time, it's for all skill level, where everyone can adapt to it right away, and not taking like 200 laps to get used to one lap, one clean lap. It's not complicated basically. So it's very fast, very flowy playlist, and it's got that very basically all I'm saying, I put a lot of time and effort into this, and it's going to be my final set of creations before next gen. All right, it's going to be my final set of races that I'm going to create for Contact. It's going to be final set of creations as a content creator, because we know on next gen there's going to be more props available to be used. So of course I'm going to be going back to these tracks and editing them and making sure that I make them as properly as possible, making sure I make it professional as possible. At the moment seems a bit you know, this is my first ever track that I created for standard racing, so it's not my best creation in my opinion, but I feel like you still enjoy it, because there's still 3 other tracks at the moment that you guys can try on the PS3 at the moment, but 2 other tracks on the Xbox status if you're there. But you know, as I said, the links are available in the description. I'm gonna first give you the link to this track, because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start posting each of these tracks in the video and link them individually so you guys can try them out, and then I'll put the entire playlist in one footage in the description. So that's basically what I'm gonna do. But you guys can certainly try out these tracks as we go during the day, and give me your feedback and, you know, your criticism in the comment section, because you guys are the ones going to try the tracks out. You guys are going to be racing in it, and let me know if you guys get into any sort of awesome battles, because that's what I'm aiming for, and I want both you guys, you know, in both consoles to get involved in this. Like I said, it's been a while, and one of the reasons why, you know, I stopped recreating tracks for hot lapping tracks, as I said, it's kind of pointless, just hot lapping small tracks in general. And like I said, I don't know if I've said this already, but on the spreadsheet that we have at the moment, I've completely removed all my small hot lapping tracks that I've mentioned in the past in my episodes. We're now strictly basing our tracks on proper contact racing, standard racing tracks, which involves proper OCD prop placements as well as checkpoints. And we pretty much have like sort of critiques, you know, people that actually create official tracks to judge these tracks before they get verified and put onto the spreadsheet. So we have this process within the forums. Make sure you guys check that out. And also, if you guys have a race that you think is viable for standard racing that involves, you know, all of these racing concepts that I've just mentioned, by all means let me know in the forums, and we'll give it a go and let you know if it gets verified and gets approved on the spreadsheet. We're going to try and keep it within 100 tracks at the moment, but we're going to keep decreasing it, setting the standards high every single time as the months go by. So get ready for next gen, guys. Exciting stuff. As I said, let me know. Try the first track out of the playlist. I'll be keeping you guys informed with the entire playlist. I'm working really hard on this right now for you guys to have the best experience for racing on GTA 5. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Check it out. Good night. Peace. Yeah. Hey guys, you here, right? Yeah, G-Units. Just a few moments ago on Twitter, PlayStation confirmed with an article link that GTA 5 Next Gen will be released coming this fall, November 18th to be a precise date.